Hi guys and welcome to Saleem's Kitchen. Today's video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to make delicious crispy and meaty samosas. So let's start by making the meaty filling. 4 medium onions finely diced. 2 green peppers finely diced. 4 green chilies finely sliced. 1 handful of mint leaves finely chopped. 1 bunch of spring onion finely sliced. 'And lastly, 1 bunch of coriander finely chopped. Now that we have completed the preparation, let's cook the filling. Now heat your pan on high heat and add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. When your oil is nice and hot, add in half a kg or 500 grams of mutton mince meat. To this, add in 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste and 2 teaspoons of salt or salt to taste. Now give this a good mix. Now cook the mince for 8 to 10 minutes or until all the water dries out, and mix in 2 minutes interval or after every 2 minutes. Now once your mince starts cooking like this, use the back of your spoon and break it down into small fine pieces. This is easy to do once the mince starts cooking. So every 2 minutes when you mix, break it down like this. After 10 minutes, it should look like this. You can see all the water have dried out, and I broke it down into nice small fine pieces. So remember guys, to cook your mince meat until all the water is dried out like this. Now let's add in the spices. This is 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of jeera powder, and 1 teaspoon of dhania or coriander powder. Now add in the green chilies and give this a good mix. Once you have mixed it well, add in the onions. Give this a good mix. Now allow the onions to cook for 6 minutes and mix after every 2 minutes. Now after 2 minutes of cooking the onions, add in the green peppers. We're adding it now so we don't overcook it. So the green peppers will cook for 4 minutes. And after 6 minutes, the onions and the green peppers are now cooked. So now let's add in the greens, the mint leaves, the coriander, and the spring onions. Now you can switch off your stove and give this a good mix. The greens adds a lot of flavor to your filling. You can see how beautiful it looks and it smells great. So there you have it guys. Once you have mixed it well, the filling is ready. Our beautiful meaty mutton mince is ready. And there you have it guys. Look at how beautiful that is. Now let's allow this to cool down and make the samosa pastry. Now for the samosa pastry, you will use all-purpose wheat flour. So in a mixing bowl, you will add in 1 cup like this, or 125 grams of all-purpose wheat flour. To this, add in half a teaspoon of salt. Give this a quick mix and form a well like this. Now the water we are using is normal tap water. So we are going to add in water as required, little at a time, to form a dough. So once you add in a little water first, bring the flour to the water and let the flour absorb the water and gently mix it like this without pressing or kneading. So you just mixing the flour and water together like this until you start seeing dry lumps like this here. Once the water has been absorbed, move it aside, add in more water, and continue doing this process. Now you can see there's no dry flour left in the mixing bowl, and it should look like wet lumps like this here. And remember, I never press or knead. I just mixed the water and flour together. Now you can form your dough, and this is the easiest way to form your dough, is you simply first it down and pick it up, and first it down and pick it up, and continue doing this, and you'll see how quick your dough will be formed. And there you have it, guys. Your dough is now formed. Now let's knead this dough for 1 minute. When kneading, tear open your dough like this and bring it back together. So do this for at least 1 minute. And there you have it, guys. The dough is now ready. Now check for the consistency of the dough. Make sure the dough is not too soft or sticky, and it's not too hard. Now that your dough is ready, let's rest it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of resting the dough, flatten it out like this a bit. Now cut it into more or less 8 equal pieces. So you will cut it in half, and then half this way, and then this way, and then this way. Now let's turn each piece into a disc. So pick it up like this, use your 2 thumbs, press it down like that, and then use your index finger, both your index fingers, and bring it together from all the sides and press it in the center. And you can pinch it here in the center. And one press down, and there you have it, guys. That's how you form a disc. Now that all our discs are made, we are going to roll them out into rotis. But before we do that, keep them covered in a container so they don't dry out, and work with 1 disc at a time. Now add a little dry flour onto your work board. Take your disc and use your fingers and press it out like this a bit. Turn it over. This makes it easier to roll out the disc. Once you have pressed it out like this here, we can start rolling. So remember to always roll in a circular motion. And once your roti starts sticking to your rolling pin, then you add a little more dry flour. This will prevent it from sticking, and then continue rolling. And there you have it, guys. This is a saucer size roti. Once all your rotis have been rolled out, we are now going to oil them in layers of 4 using vegetable oil, and always keep your rotis covered so they don't dry out. You can use your fingers or a brush. Make sure you oil them well. There's no dry spots. When applying the oil, make sure you do it very lightly so the rotis don't slide away from each other. And there you have it, guys. The first stack of rotis are oiled. Now that our oiling and layering is completed, let's roll out each stack into samosa sheets. Now, the stack that you will be rolling out second, keep it covered so it does not dry out. First, press it out a little using your fingers. This way you can set the rotis when they start to slide. You can always lift it like this and set it when it slides away. Once your rotis are setted, now let's apply dry flour. Gently rub it over. Turn it over. You can set this as well. If it slides away, just lift it up and set it. A little more dry flour. Now let's roll it out. A little. Then turn it over. A little again. If it starts to stick like this, then add more dry flour and you roll out a little like this. Turn it over. If your roti slide out, you can still always set it. Let's roll it again. Turn it over. So you will roll it out round. And there you have it, guys. The rolling has been completed. Now let me show you how to toast it. Now for toasting, use a flat pan and toast it on low heat. Only add in your sheet when your pan is nice and hot. Now allow it to toast for 1 minute. After 1 minute, it will come loose like this in the pan. Then turn it over and toast it for 1 more minute. Now after the second minute, you can see how it's starting to bubble here. So turn it over again. And let's leave it for another 30 seconds. The pastry is almost done. You can see it's starting to separate. And after 30 seconds, the pastry is now toasted. And you can see you can separate them, how easy it comes out. You can separate them in the flat pan. Beautiful samosa sheets. Now let's set them again and shape it or cut it into samosa pockets. So what you need to do is cut it in half. If you need a guide, you can take the first roti and fold it in half and gently press it here. You'll get a center line. Then place your roti on top and cut on the center line. And then you can do the same. Now we're going to cut it half again or across. So you can do the same and fold this half here. So you get a line. Place it back there. And then cut this into half. And you can stack it on top of this. And do the same with this one. Take the first roti, first half roti, fold it, press it here at the center. You will get a marking line that you will use as a guide. And then you will cut on the line. And you will stack this on top of this one. And there you have it, guys. You now have samosa pockets. Now place a damp cloth on your workboard. Place a plate on top of your damp cloth. And set your samosa pockets on your plate so you can keep it covered with the damp cloth so that it does not dry out and stays soft and moist. Now this is the sticking paste to stick the samosas. So add in 2 tablespoons of the same flour that we used to make the pastry. 2 tablespoons of flour. Now add in water as required and form a nice thick paste. The thicker the paste, the better it sticks. Now let's fill the samosa pockets. First, let's form a pocket at the center point. Overlap one end, the right hand side, like that. And then we are going to overlap the left hand side, like that, to form a pocket. So here where it is overlapping, you need to add some glue or sticking paste and overlap this and stick it. Make sure the end here, the corner is closed. And there you have it. The pocket is now formed. So hold the pocket like this in your hand and add in the filling. Use your thumb to push the filling in. Press it down using your index finger. Do not overfill the pocket. Now push this in and tuck it underneath your filling, like that. Now let's apply more glue. And then here you stretch it a bit and close it, and use your thumb and index finger to set the corners. And there you have it, guys. Our first samosa is ready. And there you have it, guys. All our meaty samosas are made. This recipe will give you 32 samosas. Now let's fry them in vegetable oil. Now you can shallow fry your samosas on medium heat. Only add in your samosas when the oil is nice and hot. Now, whilst the samosas are frying, turn them occasionally so they fry evenly on both sides. Once they turn golden brown in color like this, you can remove them. And there you have it, guys. Our beautiful meaty samosas is now ready to serve. And there you go, guys. Beautiful meaty samosas, a step-by-step tutorial to show you how to make these beautiful samosas. And guys, thank you for watching. God bless. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until my next video, God bless and peace out.